intermittent fasting is absolutely fantastic for controlling, managing, and even totally eliminating acne. Now, there are lots of different types of acne and every single person is different, but the research, although not too many studies yet, the research over the last couple of years have shown that intermittent fasting is probably the single best dietary factor that people can do to get rid of their acne. Now, while there are only a few studies, there are hundreds and hundreds of studies on the benefits of intermittent fasting for diabetes and metabolic syndrome and cardiovascular. But what's really important, all of the other studies show that all of the underlying drivers or causes of acne are literally modified by intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting, I've already covered that in my other videos on YouTube, so please check out my YouTube station. I've got lots of videos on the benefits and what intermittent fasting is, but it's essentially not eating for about 14 to 16 hours a day. And so keeping that window at which you eat down to a narrow 8 or maximum 10 hours, but even 8 or 6 is even better. So intermittent fasting, I cover that in my other videos. But what the research shows is that it lowers your fasting blood glucose, decreases insulin, it decreases the glycated hemoglobin, and all of these and the insulin-like growth factor are all linked with increases in acne. Triglycerides decreases the LDL cholesterol, oxidation, inflammation, and also increases wound healing. Now, one of the things that a lot of people have asked me with the other videos that I've got on acne, I said, how can I improve wound healing? Well, I'm covering that in some of my videos in pieces, particularly when I look at the skin microbiome. But here we see that intermittent fasting actually helps wound healing. Now, there are lots of studies done on that now, not specifically to do with acne, but other areas. And as a result, we also see a decrease in free testosterone, it balances the hormones, and it decreases the psychological stress. And stress is, again, one of those drivers behind acne. We also know that intermittent fasting has a big impact on gut health. And it balances the gut hormones, the leptin and the ghrelins, which determine how hungry or even how full you feel. It increases the biodiversity, which is really critical for a healthy gut. It decreases the pathogenic microbiomes, the nasty bacteria. It increases the friendly ones, and it improves immune function. And as you would have seen from the other videos that I've done on acne, the gut plays a major role. And so we've got all these benefits through the blood changes in the blood parameters. We've got the studies that show that intermittent fasting reduces acne. We now know that it improves the gut conditions which work on improving acne. But more telling than not, in the questions that I've been asked and the information I've been presented, I have dozens and dozens of people telling me that intermittent fasting played a big role in them getting rid of their acne. So I've got lots of case studies and stories. Just check out all the questions and answers that are literally listed below. And what we also find is that if you want to take it one step further, so it improves the acne, it decreases acne. If you want to take it one step further, and I've highlighted this in my other videos on YouTube, go for a low GI, glycemic index. You have to eliminate the sugars, the processed, the added sugars. No soft drinks at all. You also need to get rid of milk, which is probably the single biggest dietary factor in causing acne. Nutrient rich, so lots of plant-based nutrient rich, you know what they are. They're the veggies, the nuts, the seeds, the beans, and all those things. They're nutrient dense food. And then finally, when people ask me what's the best food or diet, it shows up as being primarily the Mediterranean diet. So intermittent fasting with healthy eating makes a huge difference in decreasing and even eliminating acne. Check out my other videos.